What is up, YouTube? Silver Baggins here. Welcome to another video. In this one, I'm going to be doing a review of my furnace. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. I sincerely appreciate it. This one is a review on my electric melting furnace. This is where I melt all my silver down. It's where the magic happens. So I'm going to talk about it. I've had it for almost 6 months now, and I've used it pretty regularly, done a few hundred pours on it, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, but I think it's about time I talk about it and sort of what I like, what I don't like. Just do an overall review of my furnace if you're thinking about buying an electric furnace for yourself to melt down silver or gold or whatever. So we're going to get into all that. Here's some of the little scraps of silver that I have over here on the side. Some of these, we call these dragon tears. That's what I call them anyway. This is a really big one, and then you can see a couple of singe marks here from when I set down my tongs, and they weren't cool yet. But anyway, let's talk about the furnace. So this furnace I bought off of eBay, and it was somewhere around $300, I think. I don't know the exact listing. You could search for electric melting furnace. It says SY, but I have no idea what the brand is. Like I said, I just bought it off eBay. It's sort of like a generic melting furnace. They make them in China, even though it says Italy on it. It's made in China, then they ship them to the United States of America, and then they hang out here until they're bought and ready to be shipped out to someone's house. So I think it took like a couple weeks to get to me when I first picked it up. And it's still running good so far. I'll show you the top here. It's super cold. I haven't used it in at least 2 days. But basically, the top here is holding up pretty well. You can see it's gotten a little discolored, and there's some flecks of silver there and flecks of silver around the rim here. There's a little bit of silver. What's that worth? Like 10 cents right there, maybe? Not sure. But anyway, this is my third Crucible that I'm on. So that gives you sort of an idea. They last about 2 months, at least for me, with pretty regular melting. The part that wears down is where you grab it with the tongs. This top part wears down, and then the Crucible itself will wear down. And you'll notice what I like to do is when I pull the Crucible out and I bring it over to my mold, I like to sort of tap the mold with the Crucible and to sort of get some ripples on the top of one of the pieces. And when I do that, if it's a old Crucible that's been used up a lot, you'll see graphite. When I tap it, it'll just sort of fleck off, and you can tell the Crucible's wearing down. It's starting to lose some of its I don't know, togetherness. It's starting to fall apart, and that's not a good thing at all. And you don't want your Crucible to fall apart, because if it does, I'm trying to film this the best I can one-handed here, but down here you can see some of these rods coming up. That's like the heating element and everything, and if it breaks, all the molten lava silver will pour down on those pieces, and your furnace will break for sure. And hopefully you don't melt down your house. I mean, depends on how much silver you have in there, right? I don't have a massive area of stone, so it might melt out the side, but I do have a fire extinguisher handy. Anyway, so what do I like about the furnace? What do I not like? I guess the one thing that I don't like is this particular model that I bought is, it's called a 2 kilogram, and that's how much, or 2 kilo, that's how much it can hold in gold. So the Crucible that I can fit in there only holds about 1 kilo of silver, and I have done a kilo pour, but I would like to do bigger stuff as well. 100-ounce pour would be cool. So you just can't hold that much. But the other thing is too, if you get into those massive pours, then it costs a ton, right? So you got the cost of all the silver and everything, and how many of those pours are you really going to do? This is a decent size. I do wish it could go a little bit bigger, but I think I can fit almost 40 ounces of silver in there. I haven't tried before, but I think that's as much as I could fit. So anyway, let's turn it on here. And the buttons are extremely basic on how to use this thing, which I do like. So it always flashes that at the start. And that what you saw there, the 1150, that's the maximum temperature it will go up to. So right now I have it set at 1094, and that is in Celsius. And so let's get in a little bit closer here. So if I wanted to up the temperature as far as how much Celsius I want it to go up, all you do is you just, I think you either got to hold it down or I forget, what is it? There we go. You push that button and then you can go up and then set it. So literally that's it. I think the button says like RST or something. I don't know, reset. But it's pretty easy to set it. I don't know how to change it to where the numbers are in Fahrenheit, so I just left it in Celsius. This converts to about 2000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is perfect for pouring silver. If you want to do copper, you want to get it a little bit hotter. But anyway, so that's pretty much all you do. You literally just flick the switch and it turns on. So that's extremely easy to use. I think it would be cool if I could switch this over to Fahrenheit. Maybe I need to push this button a couple times or do some stuff. I haven't played with it too much. I sort of just kind of set it and forget it because I don't want to break it or mess with it too much. I don't know. I could probably figure it out. Maybe I'm too lazy. But anyway, that's pretty much all you do is you just turn it on and it will start heating up. You can see we're already up to 16 degrees Celsius. So it takes about, I would say, 45 minutes to heat up all the way. So what you would do is you'd put your silver in the top, and then obviously you want to close the lid so that it can keep the heat in there. It'll heat up a lot faster. But that's pretty much it. Once it gets all the way to the pouring temperature of 1094, sometimes it'll go all the way up and then it'll dip down a couple degrees and it'll come back up. That's okay. As long as it's over 1090, I feel like it pours pretty well for me. So 1094 is kind of the goal. I think it might even go sometimes over that. It'll go up to like 1095 and then dip back down. But basically, right now, the heating element down there is on full steam. It's pushing as hard as it will go, just full heat, right? But once it gets closer and closer to this temperature, it won't do full heat anymore. It'll kind of back off a little bit and then go full heat, back off, and you'll hear it clicking. It'll make this clicking on and off noise, which I was kind of worried about at first, but it's no problem. It just means it's sort of slowing down and then starting back up because it's trying to get it exactly to this temperature. So anyway, yeah, that's sort of my review on my electric melting furnace. It is still working. I mean, all I do is just turn it on, turn it off. You can run it for up to 3 hours, and then you have to let it cool down because you don't want to overheat any of the components or anything. But it is pretty easy to use, which is nice. It is electric, so I just have it. I have the wire actually running down to a power strip down below, which I have it plugged into, and then the power strip is plugged in right up here. And someone mentioned that electrical cord was really close to my whole melting station here, and it is, but I haven't had any issues so far. Maybe I'll move that in the future, but anyway, so that's my review on the furnace. I guess I'll turn off here. I'm not actually pouring any silver tonight. I just wanted to do a review on it because I've had so many people ask me about my furnace, which one I use, what brand is it, where did you get it, all that stuff. These are probably people that are wanting to either get into pouring silver themselves, or they're just honestly curious because they've never seen anything like this before. And before I started pouring silver, I'd never seen anything like this before either. And so if you want to buy one similar to this, I'd recommend going on eBay like I did, just searching for electric melting furnace 2 kg, and probably one like this will pop up. I don't know if this exact one is still for sale or not. Sort of this maroon color. You can see they also have ones that are black that look exactly like this. And then if you do buy one and you need to buy a new crucible for it at some point, or if you want one for copper, one for silver, maybe one for gold or something, I don't know. They're pretty easy to find new crucibles. I just buy mine off of Amazon.com. I just search for 2 kg crucible and just pick whichever is like the cheapest one. Maybe I get one up from the cheapest, I don't know. But anyway, that was my review on the furnace. Definitely let me know if you have any questions about it, just leave a comment down below in the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Silver Baggins out.